Hello everybody, happy Thursday and welcome to our math session for today. So today we are going to be thinking about something a little bit new. So earlier in the week we were thinking about doubles and you all did amazingly at that. We'll be revisiting that at another point. Yesterday we were looking at our new number. Do you remember what our new number was? 14. And then today we're going to be thinking all about measuring. That means seeing how big something is. And today we are going to be thinking about length, how long something is. But before we do that, I think that we need to warm up our maths brains, don't we? We need to get them going so that we're ready to do some learning. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to play a game. And this game is called Missing Numbers. And what we've got to do is work out which numbers are missing from our number line. So let's have a go. Now, I have put a big blue box over the ones we're not doing because it gets a bit confusing if you can see them all. And then we'll move them as we go along. So here we have got 1 something, 3 something, 5 something, 7. So we've got to work out what the missing numbers are. Now, the whole way through, we're going to be counting up to 10. So we've got 1. What comes after 1? 1, 2. So we're going to write a 2 in there. Now you might want to join in with me and have some numbers in front of you and see if you can fill them in. 1, 2. We've got 3. What's going to come next? It's 1 more than 3 and 1 less than 5. The number is going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely. I'm going to put a number 4 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, absolutely. We're going to put a number 6 and then just to check, 7. Okay, well done. Are you ready for the next one? This is our next one. Now, not all of them are going to start at 1, so we've got to start wherever it starts. So this time we're starting at the number 4. So it's still going to be going up. So 4, 1 more than 4 is 5. Absolutely. Let's put in a number 5. 4, 5, 6. What's 1 more than 6? 7. Absolutely. 1 more than 7, 8. 1 more than 8, 9. Pop in number 9 and 10. Let's check it works. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Absolutely. We are whizzing through these. Right, you ready for the next one? Ooh. Okay. Let's have a look. Now, look, we've got 3 spaces. We've got to fill them all. 5, something, 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 9, 10. Now remember, it's still going up to 10. 5. What's going to be 1 more than 5? 5, 6. Absolutely, let's pop it in. So we know that. Now, let's go from the other end. 10, 9. We're going down. What's 1 less than 9? 1 less than 9. 10, 9, 8. It's 8, isn't it? So we should be able to figure out the middle one because the middle number is going to be 1 more than 6 and 1 less than 8. What's 1 more than 6 and 1 less than 8? 7, absolutely. So this time we'll check 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It works. Fantastic. Right. Last one. Now this one, we've not even got our first number. Look how many we're missing. Oh my goodness. But we do know there's a 4 and we know there's a 6. So if we know there's a 4, the one before the 4 is going to be 1 less than 4. So let's go with 4. 1 less than means we take 1 away. Now I've got 4 cubes here. Less than means we're going to take 1 away. So how many cubes do we have left? 1, 2, 3. So what number is going to go there? 3, absolutely. 3. So we've solved the first one. 3, 4. Now 1 more than 4 is going to be 5. That works because the next one is 6. So we know we're on the right track. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just keep counting. 8 and 9. Absolutely. Let's double check it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Super, super working out. Okay, right then. Now we are going to think about this new thing that we're learning about today, which is length. Okay, so here I have got 2 trains. And the trains are different sizes, aren't they? They're different lengths. One is longer than the other one. And what I want us to figure out is which one is longer and which one is shorter and how we know. So we've got one train at the top and one train at the bottom. Now, one is going to be longer and one is going to be shorter. Can you join in with me with those hands? And that will help us remember the words. We've got longer and shorter. Now, the train that is longer, which one is that? It looks like it's the top one, isn't it? And then the bottom one is shorter. Shall we check that? Let's check how many carriages each of them have got to see if that helps us. So we're going to count these ones. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's write the number 5 in to help us remember. Number 5. What about this one? 1, 2, 3, 3. Now another way to help us to remember which one is longer and which one is shorter to help us is 5 is a bigger number than 3. And if the train at the top has 5 carriages and the train at the bottom has 3 carriages, 5 is bigger than 3, so the top train is longer. Now there's another way that we can check this as well, and it's to use cubes like I've got here. And what we would do if we were together is we'd get some cubes and we'd put them along our train to try and measure. That means to see how long it is. We know it's 5 carriages long, but we need to try and work out how long the whole thing is. So instead of using real cubes, I'm going to use cubes that I've got here, and we're going to line them up along the train to see how many we've got. Can you help me? Now, if we start, do we start here? Is that going to tell me how long the train is from the very start? No. When we measure things, we've got to make sure we put our first cube right at the end of whatever we're measuring. So we've got 1 there, 2, 3, 4, we're going to keep going to the end, 5 cubes, 6 cubes, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, this is a long train, I'm going to have to do some more cubes, 12, 13, and, well, almost 14. It's just a little bit shorter than 14. So let's say it's 13 and a bit, isn't it? So we're going to give it as 13. So here I'm going to write the number 13. It's 13 cubes long. It's not 14 because 14 cubes would make it longer than the train. Right, let's do the same thing with the smaller train, the shorter train, to check it's shorter and to measure it to find out how long it is. So we've got yellow cubes this time. Remember, all the way to the very end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You counting along with me? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and again, doesn't quite fit on, so it's 10. So, our train at the top is 13 cubes long, and our train at the bottom is 10 cubes long. So which train is longer? The top train is longer, isn't it? It's longer because you can measure it with 13 cubes, whereas the other train only is 10 cubes long. So our top train is longer. Now, let's see what we're going to do today. Now, today, for your activity, what I've asked you to do is to make some Play-Doh. And I've got some Play-Doh here. Now, my Play-Doh is black, which isn't a very exciting colour, but that's the Play-Doh I've got. So, on the website, I have put a recipe for Play-Doh. See if you can make some. And if you can make some, what I'd like you to do is see if you can help with the measuring. So, like we're looking at how long something is, when you make something like a cake or you make dinner, you always need to make sure that your measurements, you're putting in the right amount of each thing, otherwise it won't work. So maybe see if you can have a go. Now, once you've got your Play-Doh, we're going to do what we're going to do now. So, hopefully your Play-Doh will be a more interesting colour than mine. What I need you to do is to break off your Play-Doh. So you've got 2 halves. You've got 2 bits of Play-Doh. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some snakes. Now, I would say we'd make a train. I don't think Miss Dolby's very good at making trains out of Play-Doh, so we're going to make a snake instead. So what you need to do is you need to roll your snake. Now, there's a really good video on YouTube that Miss Davies done for us, and it's called Dough Disco, and it's basically this. It is playing with Play-Doh to help you strengthen your hand muscles. So maybe have a go at this whilst you're at your Play-Doh. So, can you see, look, I am stretching out the Play-Doh so that it makes a snake. Almost dropped it. There we go. So I've got one. I'm going to do the other one. Ooh, drop my Play-Doh. Okay. Ooh, picked it up. There we go. So you're going to roll your Play-Doh. Now, what you need to do is try and make them so that they are different sizes. So there we go. I have got 2 snakes. And I'm going to put them on here so that you can see them. I've got one. Switch them on a little bit. One there. And I've got one here. I've got 2. Ooh, falling off. I have to lie them down for you. 2 snakes of Play-Doh. There we go. Can you see them? Look. Okay, now you can see that my snakes of Play-Doh are different lengths. They're not the same length, are they? They're not as long as each other. So what we're going to do is we are going to work out which one is longer. The same way that we did with our trains. So you can have a look at it first of all. Now you need to make sure that the end of your snakes are next to each other, because if I put it like that, well then it would look like this one's longer because it goes off the end. But they need to start in the same place. There we go. So we're putting them at the end. Now you can look at them and think, I'm going to estimate, I'm going to guess that this one is longer. It looks longer to me, doesn't it? But then what we're going to do is use our cubes to measure it. Now this is where it might go a little bit wrong because I've got to try and hold it all. So we've got 1, 2, try and put them together. 3, we're going to add on 3. Let's keep going till the very end, like we did with our trains. 4, 5, and 6. Right, let's have a look. Let's count them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do the same thing with our other one. Now, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to show you. Okay, I've done my cubes. So I've got my blue ones and my green ones, and they show how long the snakes are. So the blue ones we know have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The green one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So our snake at the bottom is 9 cubes long and our snake at the top is 6 cubes long. So we were right. The snake at the bottom is longer. So I'd like you today to have a go. Make your Play-Doh and see if you can make some different sized snakes and how long they are. Have fun. Bye bye.